Hi guys, it's SimLicy here. So today I have for you guys another Halloween inspired video. This time it's a haunted mansion. I hope you guys like this. I'm really excited about it. This is my participation in the spooky group collaboration that Rory Plays The Sims has put together. If you haven't heard of it, it's a giant, just as the name says, spooky group collaboration. It's just a giant collaboration that Rory Plays The Sims has put together for Halloween, and it's involving over 100 simmers, which is super cool, especially for new simmers like me to get involved in the community and be a part of something that we, necessarily may not be a part of. So that's really cool. Thank you, Roy, for letting me be a part of this and, get to make a video for it. So I'm really excited, and I'll link her channel down below so you can check out the playlist that she's putting together with all of everybody's creations, as well as her awesome Let's Plays. So check the description box for that. And I think there's going to be, more builds, like speed builds like mine, and then there's going to be creative sims, of course, and I think build tours and even stories. So there's a lot to look forward to. If you haven't seen any already, go check those out. I haven't really got a chance to watch any yet, so I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully school slows down soon enough. I think, I have exams this week, but next week should slow down a little bit more. So I'll look forward to, binge watching those once my studies are slowing down a little bit. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, so the brick place, or the bottom floor that's covered in brick right now, that's going to be the basement. The basement isn't in ground, so I made the basement particularly creepy. Like, it's like kind of like a dungeon is what I had. Like, it's pretty bare. There's some decoration, but it's pretty bare, and it's definitely not for sims that are going to be living comfortably. Like, they have the basics. They don't have any access to food, but they do have like a toilet and a bathtub and a bed, and a bookshelf, so they can have some fun. But it's pretty basic. Like, these aren't your sims that you take good care of. But anyway, so I did try to make this pretty creepy, and I wanted it to look haunted. I didn't want it to be cutesy Halloween. I wanted this to be like a mansion at the end of a windy road that is like a place you don't want to go. Like, I dare you to drive past that house. It's so scary. And you're like, no, like that kind of like thing. Or it's just, classic creepy house. But in this case, there are actually creepy people that live there, because if you haven't seen my video before, my creative sim for Halloween, those are the 4 characters that I built this house for. And they're evil and mean, and they're not the nicest of sims. So that's what I had in mind. And I did make it a 4-bedroom, and I did build it for them, but I didn't really have any particular, like, when I was decorating them, any particular sim necessarily in mind. Like, even though I did make it for them, it's not like really catered to them. Like, they're just bedrooms, and there's not a kid's bedroom. There is one that does have a stuffed animal in it, which could easily be a kid's room. But I mean, it's easy to redecorate things for whoever you want to live in there. So you could have a really evil child that lives here too. Who knows? But I think it turned out pretty cool. And I'm just putting the lights up around there now. I like the way I used the different colors of wood paneling instead of just going with an all black. I think it gives it a little bit more of a Halloween-y look. And I thought that those tombstones in the attic, you might be able to see the smoke come out of the roof or something, but you can't. So if you don't like that there's tombstones in the attic, you can just put regular lights and turn the fog off. It doesn't really matter. But I like that there's lights up there to have some like glow out of the window at nighttime, because I don't know, since I wanted to have my screenshots at night, it's better to have it all lit up, I think, but not that really matters. But yeah, I did the same stone fence thing that I did on my my Halloween costume shop, because I thought that looked pretty cool, so I kept that the same and did pretty similar landscaping with the black rocks and the same bushes and overgrown grass and the ferns too. I just think that those work the best for this kind of look, and that's what I'm glad that I did those videos before. So since I hadn't tried to make like this type of build before, it was nice to do a couple things before this, before this collaboration, to get an idea of how I like things to look when it comes to, Halloween in The Sims 4, I guess. So I'm glad I did that. And I think it turned out pretty cool. I ended up doing a pond in the back too, which I thought about doing it as like a, you know, swimming pool, but I ended up just doing the fountain tool, since I didn't know if the people that lived here, if it really mattered if they could be able to swim or not. And I think that I've seen people do ponds with the fountain tool before, and I think it does make it look a little bit realistic. I was like, you know, as realistic as I can. And I put the, you know, the Halloween pack pumpkin orb lights. I put those around the pond too, and I think that looks pretty cool. So I mean, you won't see that for a little bit, because I still have a little bit more landscaping before I get to the backyard. But I think that looks pretty neat. And yeah, I put those canisters with the branches growing out of it. I saw somebody do that a long time ago, and I thought that was a pretty cool idea for making it look like there's some dead branchy trees in the front yard. So that's what I did. I think I put a few in the backyard too, and I had some trouble trying to decide if I wanted the grass to be all dead or just partially dead. So I went with what I thought looked nice. So I go over that with the what do you call that? The paintbrush a few times. So here I'm making the pond, and I really like the pond. I think the backyard is so cool because I do the pond and then I do like kind of like a graveyard on the other side of it, and that looks pretty cool. I had big plans. Like, I originally started building this on the 64 by 64, and I was going to do like this giant garden, and I just got overwhelmed and I was not prepared to do that big of a build. So maybe next year for Halloween, or maybe some other time I'll do. But I think that would be pretty cool. Like, I was going to do like this giant mansion, and then like I was thinking like a creepy, windy like maze. Because you know how they have like those corn mazes for Halloween that you can walk through? I thought like a spooky maze would be cool with a graveyard, like a giant graveyard. But I had to size down because I got overwhelmed. But I think that would be pretty cool. But so the pond is coming together, and I think because I made the water, you know, green, and it's got moss and it's got those bushes, and it just looks pretty. It looks pretty gross. And I made a seating area, and I pre-killed some Sims for the graveyard, and I don't think that they transfer to the gallery, and I wish they would, but my Sims that I made despise these 3 who are dead, so they can go out there and laugh at their tombstones, which I think is pretty evil. So that's pretty cool that they can do that, because that, you know, that's pretty bad. I did have one alien Sim who died, and I ended up putting their tombstone inside somewhere because I didn't think it looked how I wanted to with the graveyard, so it's just decoration on the inside. So their ghost would still come out in the house, but it's not in the graveyard. But I mean, I don't know for sure if they do transfer to the gallery or not. I just doubt that they do, but I think that would be pretty neat if you could download a haunted house. I don't know, and then it would be actually haunted. But I don't think you can. I retweeted somebody's tweet asking that like a few weeks ago, and I never saw an answer for it, so I don't know if anybody knows for sure or not, but I guess we will. Maybe I wonder if I put it on the gallery and then downloaded it myself and then went into it to see if it was haunted. I guess that would be a way to test it, but I don't know. I just know that I'm pretty sure that it doesn't work. I'm so disappointed. But I just put those what do you call them? Chimneys in the very part of the basement where like the basement that's not usable. I put those in there so that it'll be foggy and smoky. Oh, and I just put those little dragons up on the banisters of the like porch balustrade. I'm not sure. I put those little statues up on top of up on the banister, and I thought that was pretty cute detail. I don't know. I wanted something to be right there, but I wanted it to be more grand. But I saw those, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I'll put in those right there. So that's what I did. And oh, I'm putting those creepy spiders all over the place. I love those spiders. There's so many different colors of those. I think they're so cool. So I use them quite a bit throughout the whole house, and I mean, not too much, I don't think, but I do put them randomly in places. I think mostly in the kitchen and dining room. Oh, and here I'm doing the pumpkins around that. I think that gave a pretty cute look, so I can put some lighting around there. And I ended up going with those flat pool lights around the yards because I didn't really want things sticking up too much. I just wanted it to be letting up a little bit, kind of as if it was glowing a little bit. I don't know, but and I wasn't really sure what to put on the front porch. I tried putting those skeleton statues up a couple of times, but then I decided against it, so I don't know. But I'm super excited for Halloween. I mean, I live in a completely different place than I did last year, so I'm not sure what this town has to offer for Halloween yet, but I mean, it'll be alright. I don't know what to dress up as. I did buy my dog a costume. She's going to be a skeleton this year, so that should be pretty cute. And I mean, I haven't even looked to see what day of the week it's on. I don't know. My husband might have to work, so maybe we'll just stay in and hand out candy to our new neighbors. We do have quite a bit of little bit neighbors, so that'd be kind of fun. I grew up on a farm, so I never got to hand out candy too much. It's like growing up. So now that I'm an adult, I'm like, ooh, like, come take candy. I don't know. It's lots of fun for me, so it's kind of silly, but I don't know. I think I'm not too happy that we had to move here, so I miss my friends this year, and I would like to be able to celebrate Halloween with them. But I think we're planning on moving back home, so yay! Keep your fingers crossed, because I think we're both ready to go home. So we will see. Hopefully, we can work that out by the end of the year, because that's, I don't know if you've ever done that. Live somewhere where you're like, okay, I'm done living here. Like, I don't know. I haven't moved a whole lot in my life, but I've lived in 3 different states now, and I want to be back in California. That's what I'd like to do. So we will see what happens. Anyways, enough about my woes about where I live. I'm getting onto the interior right now, and since it is pretty traditional build, I left it all closed off. And I did the archways to leave it a little bit open, because I do like to do that in my bigger houses that I do, like on my last couple of houses. Speaking of which, my autumn house, people seem to love that house. Thank you so much for watching it. Like, there's so many, has like my most views, and it's been out, it was like my last video, but thank you for watching. I think it has like 100 views already, and that's cool. I haven't had a video get to 100 views yet, so I don't know, maybe you guys will like this one just as much. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just getting the, wallpaper, flooring, and stuff situated throughout this house. I kept it pretty dark, but tried to switch it up a little bit, and I loved that orange wallpaper with the black trim or brown trim. I thought that was super Halloween-y, so I wanted to use it a lot, but I didn't want it to just the whole house to be orange, so I restrained myself, and I think I only used it a couple times. But if that, did I even use it again? I may have only used it in the dining room. I'm pretty sure I used it again. I don't remember. We'll see. I'm not really sure. But what am I doing now? The kitchen. I'm not really sure what I think about this kitchen. It's not one of my favorites, which I'm kind of disappointed in, because usually my kitchens are like my favorite, but I just didn't know where else to put it to where it made sense. So I was gonna put it in the room right in front of it, where I ended up putting the dining room, but then I figured that room should be the dining room, because in this kind of house I thought that the dining room should be more grand. So that's how I end up leaving it. And I didn't realize for the longest time that these like above cupboards are a different color than the bottom cupboards. So I end up changing the cabinet colors so they match. I changed the top ones to match the bottom ones, and I don't know how I didn't realize that. Like, the whole time I'm building the kitchen, like, it's to like the very end of building the kitchen, I'm like, oh, these are all different colors. That doesn't make any sense. And or that doesn't make any sense. I was just like, how did I miss that? But I tried to put some jars and stuff up on top of those shelves that I put in there, like thinking that they might have potions or like gross things to do witchcraft, like, you know how you see in movies like 1 frog leg and 2 eyeballs and the hair of a young man or something like that. That's kind of what I was thinking would be in those jars, or in those in just different things that I put up there. So that's what I had in mind. So some fun imagination, I thought. So hopefully that's what it looks like to you guys. I think it's pretty cool. But I don't know, I spent a lot of time looking through just the catalog and trying to find little knickknacks and make it cluttered and, you know, that kind of thing. But oh, and those potions that you can buy to, or no, they're like the essence of when like your cow plant eats somebody, however they're feeling when the cow plant eats them, they like have an essence. So I threw a couple of them out there. I think there's like maybe a couple good ones, but they're like mostly not good potions, so you could give those to whoever you have trapped in the basement. Who knows? But I haven't built the basement though, so you have to stay tuned for that. It's pretty creepy, like I said, but I don't know. I haven't done much creepy gameplay. Like I can't really remember a time when I did creepy gameplay. I think I've had evil sims before, but they haven't been like murderers or anything. They've just been like, they make a few enemies, they get into some fights, and they're just kind of enjoy making other people miserable. So, you know, I do have an evil sim in my current household. I had a baby just age up, and I'm doing a legacy just on my, you know, behind, you know, off camera or whatever. And one of my twin boys, he aged up from a baby, and his first trait is evil. So far he's been really nice, and he hasn't like been mean to anybody in the family. And there's like, it's a big family too. There's 5 kids, and you know, the parents. So, but he's been nice so far, and he's one of the youngest one. And his twin sister's like the complete opposite. She's like all artsy and like loves the outdoors, and she's like gonna be like a free spirit type of sim, and he's gonna just be kind of a jerk. But who knows, maybe he'll get the genius trait too, and he could be some type of evil genius scientist, and you can get him in the science career. But I want to continue the legacy with the middle sister, so I'll have to move him out, and, you know, so I can start her family. But they're younger than them, so they'll stay in for a while. I keep thinking about doing a current household with them because I love this family so much, but I don't know, maybe I'll do that. If you guys are interested, I mean, please let me know. That would be pretty cool to show you guys them, I guess. And I do want to do a let's play eventually, but my computer's not the fastest, and my headphones right now are awful. I am using just regular headphones. I was using some gaming headphones that my husband uses to play like you know, games on his Xbox, but our dog unfortunately chewed up the cord, so we no longer are able to use those. So we're not too excited about that, because she might as well just ate a stack of money. But you know, hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad on these. So we will replace those headphones because he likes them a lot, and I was liking them for recording because I thought that they didn't make my voice sound too bad, and the quality wasn't too bad. So hopefully for this video it doesn't sound so awful. But anyway, so yeah, I would like to do a let's play eventually once I have a little bit better equipment. And I mean, maybe my computer wouldn't be too bad. I think sometimes I try to do too much on it. Like I'll have background stuff running while I'm trying to play The Sims, and it slows it down a little bit. And I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. We'll see. I think I really like the Insane Asylum let's play. I've watched I watched the English Simmer do it a long time ago. Like I watched her videos like a year ago, and those are really cool. I really enjoyed that story, and I know other people have done it, but I just haven't had the time to sit and watch any other people's series on it. So I think that would be fun to give that one a shot by myself, and I don't really remember all the rules since it's been so long since I have watched hers, but I think that would be pretty fun. And so if you guys are interested, let me know. I think that would be pretty cool, and I would like to build that asylum. I think that'd be a fun build to do. It'd be kind of like this, but I guess more empty because they can't have as much decoration and fun activities. It's got to be a little bit more bare, so they all have to work to use that. Can you guys hear my animals? My cat is at my feet meowing. My dog's sitting at my side, like buffing at me, not full on barking, just going. She wants me to take her outside, but as soon as this video is done recording, I will take her outside. And it's cold out there, and I don't really want to be out there because in here I'm warm and I have my coffee, but she likes to be outside. And since we, like I said, we live in a new place, we live in an apartment building and we don't necessarily have our own outyards or outdoor space, so she misses being able to hang out outside by herself, like just all day. So now I have to go out and take her, and all she wants to do is just lay in the grass, and you know, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to just go sit out there where she just lays down. Like, I'll go out there and play with her, but she just wants to lay in the grass. She's an old dog and just likes to be outside. But you know, we'll get outdoor space again someday. I went with the purple furniture here in this living room, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, I already had it in my mind that I wanted it to be purple, and I'm not really sure why, but so I did change the wallpaper and tried to make it suit the purple as best as I could, because I don't know, I like it. You see where I was just flickering around? Anytime I don't know if you know this, but if you hold, when you have it in Sims 3 camera mode and you hold down Alt, you can like free spin something on the grid, and sometimes mine just goes crazy and I have like no control over it. It spins around a bunch of a circle. I don't know if that happens to you when you ever try to do that, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, I found those candles from what is that? I think it's from the party pack. Perfect. No, what is that? The luxury party? Yeah, the luxury party stuff. I think that's where those candles came from. And I was like, these are not luxury party. These are like total Halloween. So I used them quite a bit, and I thought that they were pretty cool. I, you know, use lots of candles in the scope because even though I do put a computer, I imagine that there wouldn't be like a whole lot of electricity. Like, these aren't techie Sims. Like, so I do use a lot of candles. And so like I think the only thing, they do have a TV and they do have that jukebox, and they do have a computer. But I mean, it's The Sims, and it's like pretty much a necessity that they have a computer, because then they can, you know, get their fun up really easily. They can do certain things for their work. They can order medicine. You know, it's just usually pretty necessary. And let's see, these bathrooms are pretty basic. Like, I didn't try too hard trying to decorate them. I just threw in because they're just downstairs small bathrooms. Like, I think maybe on the upstairs bathrooms I do a little bit more decoration, but even then not that much. Like, I imagine these aren't like messy Sims. Like, I imagine like kind of like Beauty and the Beast, where they would have a maid, but the maid lives there. Maybe you could make a maid and make them clean up everything. Ooh, kind of like Cinderella. Oh, speaking of that, I'm so excited for Deligracy's Let's Play for her Cinderella. One of my all-time favorite movies is Ever After with Drew Barrymore. And I think that's kind of what hers is themed off after, because, you know, the names are similar to the evil stepsisters and the mother that are named after them and stuff. So I'm super excited for that Let's Play. I think she's going to do a good job, because she, you know, she's a well-known simmer, and she's an awesome simmer. So I think I'm looking forward to it. I've watched her videos so far on it, and I just keep wanting to be like, okay, you could just like make more of them, but you know, that's not how it works. Because I mean, I don't do this full time. It's just my hobby, and I could imagine even if it is like your like main thing, it's hard to pump out a lot of videos. Even just like the few that I've done, it's like, man, it takes up a lot of time, like building them and like editing the footage and recording your voice and, you know, making the screenshot and making sure you have all the pictures. Like, it's a lot of work, which is pretty cool, which is part of the reason why I'm really glad I, you know, started doing this, is because it just, like, I don't know, it teaches you new skills, and especially the whole talking into the camera. It just gets you, I don't know, just gets you used to things that you wouldn't normally do. And I think that that's pretty cool, because you know, your mind should always be growing, and you should always be learning new things, and never just getting stuck doing the same thing. Because that's when people start to just, I don't know, not necessarily, they just start to blah. oh my goodness, if I just made like a loud noise, my cat just like bumped my computer. I have a laptop, and she just like, or he just smacked, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. They really want my attention, and they don't like that I am not giving them attention right now. Those silly things. But oh, I'm just doing one of the bedrooms right now, so I don't know if you can really tell, but I didn't really have anyone in mind. I just tried to make the room spooky, so I put in candles and skeletons and make the wallpapers kind of, I didn't do like the full-on Halloween wallpapers. I did like a combination between regular wallpaper and the Halloween wallpapers. And yeah, so I don't know, hopefully you guys like them. I think I did something different with the headboard here, didn't I? Yeah, I used a table. So I mean, they poke, like the wood pieces do poke out a little bit, but I didn't want it to be exactly same as the bed next door or in the other room next to it, so I did that. And which is cool because then you could set more stuff up on top of it. I mean, I put a few things up there, but not too much. And I really wanted to use those curtains because I loved that green color, but I just couldn't get them to fit properly. And then I tried to use these other green ones and nothing worked, so I go with the I think it's the perfect, or the luxury party curtains. Is that what those are from? I think so. I don't know. I always forget where stuff comes from, but those curtains are just like really, really cool, and you can use them on a lot of different windows. So I end up using them a lot, I feel like. But so I mean, I did want to use that green color because I thought that green was super Halloweeny, but I think I ended up using them in a different bedroom that the windows, you know, fit it better with. And I love this room kind of bare, and looking back, I think I should have done a little bit more decoration, but I don't know. This build took me a long time to do, so it took me like 4 hours, and which is like, you know, such a long time. But I mean, it's a big house, and I was pretty particular with the yard, and the whole like building it and doing the yard took the longest. The decoration didn't take as long, and I think maybe the kitchen and dining room did because those were a little bit more detailed. But once I got up to the upstairs, it was kind of like, I don't know, it gets tiring. but I don't know, I love doing it, but I think I try to make myself do it all in like one sitting, and I need to probably space it out, which would be a little bit better. Maybe I wouldn't get so tired. And I also had like a lot of homework to do the day I was doing this, so I kept having that in my mind. I was like, oh, I should probably be doing my homework, and I'm like, no, I want to finish this. And so that does not help when you have other things that you need to be doing and you're doing this. It's kind of stressful, but I don't know. I'll be done with school in the spring and I will graduate, so that'll be good. I mean, I'll probably go on to like master's, like go on to graduate school and get my master's is my plan. And but I think I'm gonna go a completely different route than the subject I'm in, because I'm just over it. And I mean, I love science, and I'm a super like science nerd, but I just don't know if I could do it all the time like I've been doing for the last 4 years of my life. So I need a change, and we'll see what happens. But I think I'm just doing a couple more bedrooms, and this one I did kind of have in mind for the clown, because I did put that clown painting there. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. Any one of my Sims can sleep in there, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't really have a particular Sim in mind. But this one could be a kid's room too, because it does have that chest. Which, can they put toys in those chests, or can you only put toys in the toy chest? I imagine you could, because that chest is kind of like your inventory, right? And you can put toys in your inventory. Probably. I don't know. I haven't used those chests too much, and I really like them. Every time I remember to use them, I'm like, oh yeah, these chests are cool. But I like always forget about them. I don't know. Oh yeah, I use them, but I don't use the same green color. Maybe I should use the same green color. But they work better in this window, or in this room anyway. So I think I did make these rooms a little bit more cluttered, and I decided to add some more skill building. Like I put what is that kind of wooden broken violin or guitar thing in this room. You'll see in just a few moments. And then I'm like, oh yeah, they have like hardly any skill building. I mean, they have books and they have a chess table, but they don't have like any guitars or easels. So I put the guitar in there, and then I put an easel in another room. So they have a little bit more like skill building items, because that's always pretty necessary. Oh, and I forgot, I had taken pictures and did some paintings when I was killing the people in the backyard. So we do have some creepy photos. So hopefully you guys think that's pretty cool and not too weird. But I thought it was kind of fun because I wanted there to be a little bit more variety of like Halloween creepy artwork in this house. And I mean, there's only so many in the game, so I have some pictures of the Grim Reaper, and I have some pictures of the dead Sims, and I have some paintings, and yeah, so I just throw them up randomly throughout the house, not really any plan to where they should go. But hopefully you guys like that. Don't think I'm too weird for doing that, but I thought that was kind of a cool idea without, you know, downloading custom content to get more Halloween pictures. I just made my own in the game so you could still have them without trying to figure out where I downloaded them from. So that's what I had in mind, and I just randomly put them all over the place. And I think after I do this is when I finally get to the basement, so I think so. Yeah. Oh, I put that was the urn for the alien sim, and I just put that up in one of the bedrooms when I had some space. And so I do these, like, I separate them to make just a few cells, and I mean, I could have probably rearranged them a little bit different, but I wanted them to be just like where you walk down to the basement and then there's kind of like this open area and you can walk around to the different cells, and whoever's in there is, you know, doing their thing, locked up in their cell. So I just put a bed and a toilet and a bathtub and a little bit of lighting. Like, it's not too bright. It's pretty dark and dingy. Like, I imagine it's cold. It's wet. There might be rats. Like, it's not pleasant down here. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know what you would do to your Sims down there. They don't have any food, so I guess you could starve them, but that's not very nice. But I guess if that's, I mean, these are evil people that live here. They might do that. I don't know. And, they do have books, so they can read. I mean, you could always make food and set it down in their room and see if they'll probably eat it if they're starving, right? I imagine they would. And I just was blacking out the places that you don't use because I wanted them to, I wish you could just make them solid. So like, I mean, I guess I could have put tables or something in there to like fill it up, but I didn't do that. It didn't really matter. And I put some skulls around these sugar skulls. I love this, the little update that it has got all the Day of the Dead stuff. Is pretty cool. I made a new avatar, a new banner for myself on Twitter and on YouTube for it. So in the spirit of Halloween, I think I'll do one for Christmas too, which will be so much fun. Like, I don't know. If you have any ideas for my name, I was thinking like SimLicy or something kind of like St. Nicholas, but I don't know. We'll see. I haven't really planned it out yet. I saw a bunch of people changing their avatars, and I was like, oh, I want to do that too. And then I was like, oh, I could do one for Christmas too, and I could do one for Valentine's Day, and I don't know, all those like all those holidays that you can like easily decorate for. But it's coming into the screenshots any moment now. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out Rory Plays The Sims. And her link will be down below for everybody else's videos. Alright, enjoy the screenshots. Thanks for watching. Bye!